What's good, YouTube? This is your girl Muna, and we are back with another video. I'm not gonna say too much. We're gonna get right into it.
Yes, I can hear you. How are
Okay.
you?
I'm great. I just started a
Ariane, what
new job.
Ariane? I'm like, it's always the Wi-Fi. What's going on, Ariane? The Wi-Fi don't want us to be great. Ever.
It it's hating on me every time, Miss Ashley. Every time.
It's nice to see you.
When you come up on platforms like Ashley's, I think it's prevalent that you look presentable. Even though she's not coming for dating advice she's not coming to date anyone. She's not looking to date anyone. I just think that it's prevalent that you look because these videos are going to be up online forever. They're going to be online forever. And I don't know about anyone else, but if with my videos being online forever, I at least want to make sure I look decent. I'm not saying she looked the worst, but I don't know. From what is given, look like she threw on a wig and she looked like she got like a just like a big t-shirt on. Um, I think with different wigs, you got to go by what makes you look good. And I feel like I done seen girls with this type of hairstyle. I just don't think it suits her for her face size. Now you got people don't believe it, but you got wigs that if your face is a certain size, it won't look right. Being that your face is a certain, like if you're a certain weight, you'll put on a certain wig and it won't look right. I feel like I said, this is a more natural looking wig, but I feel like it doesn't fit her face because of her size. Other than that, she's not a bad looking girl, but let's keep going.
It's great seeing you.
All right.
I've been talking to this dude for
Hold on.
over.
Before the dude, I just heard. Hold on. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Yes, ma'am.
You just got a new job. That's what you also said.
Yeah, another new job. So now I have three.
Oh wow, 3 jobs. So how do
Three
we?
jobs.
Wait, okay, you're working, you're moving and shaking, and that's
Moving and
good
shaking.
because that's gonna help you grow because you are. I remember 21, right?
21. I'll be 22 this
Yeah.
year.
So good. You're
I'm
filling
going
up
on a
your.
cruise.
Okay.
Do she look 21? She do not look 21. I always go back to saying what's in the water because and also I go back to saying that weight put age on you. So when you're bigger, you look older. And that probably could be what it is because like I said, she's not a bad looking girl. She has a nice smile, nice skin, but she does not look 21 and it's because of her weight.
Okay. All right. Good. You're
So
filling
that
up
weight
your.
loss advice, I've lost 7.5 pounds
Oh,
since the last time we
congrats!
talked. Thank you, thank you. I
Congratulations.
went and seen my nutritionist finally.
Mhm.
So I'm on a calorie deficit.
Okay.
So since being on the calorie deficit and seeing my nutritionist, I've lost 7.5 pounds. Getting ready for my cruise in the summer to Ensenada, Mexico.
Oh.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So how do we? And you're about to tell me about a guy. So how do we have time for a guy with 3 jobs?
Shout out to her for losing weight. I did just say that. So I just want to put it out there that I always give props when props is due, always. And she definitely deserved it. She said that she lost 7 pounds. So I just want to give her roses for that.
He's in prison. That's how.
Oh, the plot
But
thickens.
yeah,
Oh.
I've been talking to him for um a year and 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So it's getting a little more serious. He proposed to me over the phone. I told him to wait until he got out because he gets out this October. So
I mean, and that's probably why she working 3 jobs because she got a prison pookie. But I feel like I want to know what drives certain women to deal with men in prison. You know, unless like you got a certain situation where yeah, he was out and then was something wound up happening and then he went to prison. And then that's even questionable because it's like how long is he going to be in prison? How long do you choose to stay with him? I just feel like um to a certain extent it's selfish to be in prison and to have someone on the outside uh waiting on you hand and foot. That's just my personal opinion. And then you have those women, I don't know if she met him before he went to prison or she met him while he was in prison. We're gonna see like as the video go on. But you have also have girls that they have websites, they have groups that hook you up with men in prison. And I just granted everybody need love, but I feel like no amount of love, no amount of me be because to me it turns into me someone being desperate. No amount of me wanting to be in a relationship is going to force me to go and deal with someone in prison. And then with the whole marriage, I hear stories behind stories of not just stories online, but people personally that wind up dealing with a guy in prison, and that's the first thing they want to do. Them guys in prison, once they get some type of emotional attachment to you, the first thing they do is go and propose. And a lot of times that be to a form of control while they're in prison. I feel like they do that to manipulate the woman to thinking that she's taken, so she won't be out doing XYZ in the real world. But let's continue.
Leon, why can't we find someone in the free world? Why can't we do that?
I don't go anywhere.
Okay,
I don't go anywhere.
you're 21, you have your whole life ahead of you. And I do understand that women operate different than men, right? Sometimes a woman, and this goes before, please, ladies, please stop, ladies. Women can fall in love with conversation, a consistent conversation. Someone telling you they love you, they're giving you attention, they're pouring into you, they're listening to your hopes and dreams. I do understand that. But to be so young, I think the world is your oyster. If you decide to level up, get yourself together, work on your physical and mental health, I think you can find someone, Ariane. Ariane don't want to hear it. She don't want to hear it.
I don't doubt that I can. Honestly, I would well have rather found someone like through church, because I'm super heavy in my religion. I go to Bible study every week, Wednesday. I do children's church. I do a lot within my church, but there's not the guys that are at my church. I've seen them all. I've been seeing them all. I grew up with them, so they're not really.
But Ariane, he's in prison. That's the polar opposite. That is the polar opposite.
I don't finance him or anything, so it's easier for me to like deal with him. Like I don't send him any money.
I don't believe you. I don't believe she don't send him any money. And if you are in the church field, what's wrong? That should make it even better. You grew up with them, so you know the ins and out. You got more of a connection with these people at your church because you done grew up with them. So I don't see the problem with you dating someone inside the church.
Has like a job. So he works in the fire camp department. So he makes enough money to support himself. I make enough money to support myself. I knew him when he was free, and so now that he's grown up a little bit while being in prison, I'm back attracted to him. I used to be attracted to him. He's fine, Ashley. He's so fine. But
so you want to be with him because he's fine. That's it, Ariane.
I want to be.
Again, I'm being like chat. Hold on, let me say this to the chat. I'm being light on Ariane
$25
because
a
she's
day.
21. Ariane is 21 years old. She doesn't have a 30-year-old mind. Although I think she is mature, I think you've been through a lot in your life. I'm going to say that. I think you've been through a lot of like traumatic situations. So I think that has made you a little bit more mature. So I'm going to give you that.
I think it's alarming too because she said that she knew him before he went to prison. When he was a bit younger. Why didn't you guys talk before he went to prison? I don't want to talk too soon because I don't know, but it seems like if you even though you were attracted to him, I don't feel like he was attracted to you outside of prison when you knew each other. When he was free, I don't feel like he was attracted to her because obviously if you were that attracted to him and he was free, some type of move would have been made. You get what I'm saying? You probably would have flirted with him. He would have knew that you liked him, or he would have seen you and men chase, so he would have approached you. I don't think before he went to prison he was physically attracted to her, and I think right now it's convenient for him because okay, you got a girl that you're in prison behind bars, and you have a female that you knew on the outside that likes you, and she's thrown herself at you. So when men are in situations like being in prison, they become vulnerable and desperate. So it's easy for them to talk to someone that normally, if they was in regular population, they wouldn't talk to.
I think you know better, but I do understand that you're still operating as a 21-year-old. With that said, looks are not enough. Because if you get
Looks are
pregnant and
not.
you decide to have a baby, whether you're married or not, do you know if he can go out? Not saying guys who come out of prison can't reform their life, can't change their life around. But what will that look like for your children? Hypothetically, you decide to have a baby with him.
Yeah, I get that. And I was that's why when in the beginning I wasn't really into him like that, but then I learned more about how my parents met and how my dad's journey was. And so I kind of got a different mindset on like leaving jail and how you could do differently afterwards. Like my dad was in jail when right before meeting my mom, and
Mm.
she was college driven, had multiple jobs, very independent. She moved out to the city that they met in
Mm.
by herself, and so like it just kind of gave me a different perspective of like men who already have kids, men who have been in jail or prison or otherwise. Like I looked at his cases and stuff, and it was nothing against women, so I was like, okay, you're not like a you don't your target for doing not so good things is not innocent women, innocent children. It's like you and a dude who both signed up for what you guys got going on. And so,
Yeah, but I think a part of growing up and looking at your
mhm.
parents' past, whether it's good or bad, right, is so
Super
we can
good.
voice.
They've been married for my whole life. They got married before I was born. They're best friends. They hang out every
I'm
day.
not
My dad
saying they're
has,
not. I'm not
yeah.
attacking your parents,
No, no,
Ariane.
no, no, no.
I'm
I
not at all,
understand.
yes. But I'm
Yeah, I
sure
just
they
want
want
you
you to do
to.
better than they did. That's what I'm assuming.
Right.
Even if dad
Yeah.
thinks that's a great man, I'm sure he's like, you know what? Let's break the generational curse. I want you to get the guy who's in college, who's a quote unquote square, quote unquote. Not saying he isn't, but quote unquote, the nerdy guy. He probably
Yeah.
wants you to change the cycle.
My last was a square, and he
And that's who you should be with, the square. Why don't you want to be with the square, the good guy? Why not?
he is a narcissist, and um he was very degrading. And that when I was in college and I was seeing the college dudes every day, they were also very mentally entitled. So it wasn't the kind of relationship that I was seeing in my parents. So I just was like, this is not what I want to do, even though he was.
Why every time a female, most of the time on these platforms, when a female talk about a guy, he's a narcissist. I always wondered why the guy is always a narcissist. You do know two narcissists could be together, right? You do know it's people out here that aren't they aren't clinically conditioned as a narc, but you can have narcissistic traits and not be a narcissist. So, I mean, if he was degrading, I mean, it does show what type of men you attract. Why? Ask yourself, why do you attract those type of men? And that doesn't mean that the prison pookie is gonna be any better. So, like Ashley said, I do feel like it's a plethora of men she could have met, but that's how it usually be when you have someone, you get what I'm saying, a good person on the right track. They 9 times out of 10 they attract the opposite of what they are.
Fine too. And he worked out and he encouraged me to work out, and but the things that he would say when encouraging me to work out were not so like lift you up. He told me that I couldn't be his girlfriend until I lost 100 pounds. He told me that I was condoning obesity because I told him that I loved myself, that if I had one leg, like if that's the way that Jesus made me, I'm okay. Um, he
So he
would
was
tell
just
me
toxic.
he didn't have
The way he spoke, the way he spoke with. But we can't say all good guys or all nerdy guys are like that. We can't say every good guy is like that. That's not a fair assessment, right?
Yeah, and the one before that, because I dealt with I'm a square girl, so my immediate attraction was to square guys. That's why I said I would love to find somebody in church, but I don't know if it's my demeanor or whatever. It's just not been too good with the people that I meet in day to day life. They're like users. So the one
But
before
what I
that,
feel like
he
you need to do,
had
Ariane,
everything
is
going too.
I feel like you need to focus on you right now. That's what I feel like. You need to focus on you. When I say level up, I'm not just talking about a physical level up, but mental, spiritual, all across the board. All
Mhm.
across the board. And then when you get to the place where you feel confident and when you need to be, that's when things will change in your life.
So you telling me, since you just said that you attract nothing but users, you telling me you're not paying nothing on the prison pookie books. You're not paying nothing on his books with 3 jobs. Even if he have his own job inside jail, it ain't nothing for you to add to his books, to add to his commissary. But yet you just said you attract users. So he's not a user. He's Hilt. The one that's in prison is Hilt. Okay.
Okay. You know, I'm always listening to you, Ashley. By the next time you see me, I'll be like, and I left him. I don't talk
I'm
to him
just saying,
anymore. I
I
did
get
this,
it.
that,
You're
and the third.
young. He's saying a lot of sweet nothings. I'm not saying he doesn't like you. I'm not saying he doesn't care for you. But if I could tell you
Absolutely.
anything while you're 21 years old, is you do not need to settle. You could get someone out here who has never been to prison. You don't have to do
Yeah.
that at 21. You just don't.
Do you wish you could triple your productivity while putting in half the effort? Boy, do I have a secret for you.
There's too many options out here, especially at 21. No. That's my
Okay.
advice to you. Read the chat. The chat
Okay.
is saying don't settle.
I'm
Don't
reading it.
settle.
I I'm reading it, and I hear all the focusing on you. People thinking that I don't listen to you. They must not know. From the first time
Yes,
I was up
yes,
here to
yes,
this time, they don't know.
yes,
So I'm reading, and God does have something great for me. Thank you for that.
yes, yes.
So
I
yeah,
think you
I
have a
just
sweet spirit, and what I like about you, Ariane, is that you're open to criticism. I could see you want to change. You take it in.
yeah.
Yes, you do. So that's what I do adore about you, right? So please listen to us, your internet aunties, cousins, uncles, friends. We want to see you do well. All right.
Yeah.
Think about
Hmm.
it, pray about it, journal about it. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, darling. Have a good night,
All right.
okay?
Good night, Ashley.
Good night. Bye bye. Some experiences are best lived, you know? Some experiences are best lived. And before you guys start, stop acting like when you were 21, Tokyo Hussein a mess, or you were 25, or you were young, or you're doing it now. You wasn't sneaking and creeping and doing things you had no business doing it. Maybe it wasn't a man. Maybe it was a cigarette. Maybe it was weed. Maybe it was sneaking out. Maybe it was wearing a snooty booty outfit outside. Maybe it was kissing boys. Maybe it was being fast. Maybe it wasn't doing your homework and having an attitude with your parents. Maybe it was talking back. Maybe.
Well, that is it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will say before I go that she's 21. Even though she doesn't look like it, she's fairly young. She has a full life ahead of her, and I doubt she should waste her life on entertaining a prison pookie. Um, like I said, those type of men are predators for women, naive, women that are weak minded or that are insecure and have low self esteem. Those type of men, they could see you a mile away. It's like a moth to a flame. So it's best when you're young, or in general, not even if you, it's more prevalent if you're young, but even with you, if you're older person, I just think preventive that you protect your peace at all times, especially when you're young. Um, because you could attract the wrong person and they take you through a whirlwind. You could attract the wrong man and they take you through a whirlwind full of hardship just because you had your guard down and you was insecure and you probably was looking for a man and wasn't putting love into yourself. You wasn't loving yourself and you wasn't protecting yourself. So that's what I will say. That is it. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back on my next video. Bye.